So it turns out that the guy, the non-English speaking, non-American citizen without a CDL, has been deported 16 times in the past and was told 2 weeks ago to get out of our country again. And here he is. He worked for a 2-truck company out of California that has a horrible, absolutely horrible history. Let's get into it. Hey everybody, so I'm just going to jump right into it here. The driver that killed the man in Colorado when he jackknifed after sideswiping 5 cars, Ignacio Cruz Mendoza, 47 years old, and he was in the country illegally and had already been deported 16 times. He was on the authorities' radar because they just told him 2 weeks ago to get out. Oh, well, they're not allowed to tell you to get out anymore. Not these days. They have to ask you to leave. He was asked to leave 2 weeks ago. And now he killed one of our citizens. Good job. Good job. It's ridiculous. Now we'll talk about the trucking company. I said in this video when I talked about this, that he probably works for a 2-truck trucking company, hasn't had authority that long, and really doesn't care because they'll just reopen their authority and, you know, put other people in and kill more Americans and then get back and do it again. I really hope that the family of the man that was killed, I really hope that they sue everybody, including the FMCSA, you know, just everybody. FMCSA, what a joke. Here's another thing. A lot of people have gotten a hold of me through that video saying that you have to be able to speak English to drive a truck. Well, you do. In fact, it's 3 FMCSR, so Federal Motor Carrier Safety Regulation 391.11, that requires that drivers be able to read and speak the English language sufficiently to converse with the general public, to understand highway traffic signs and signals in the English language, and to respond to officials' inquiries and to make entries on required reports and records. That is still the law today. What they don't tell you is that they sent out a memorandum, not a law. They didn't put a law into effect. They basically sent out a memorandum to tell everybody to ignore this law. The FMCSA told people to ignore the law. That's going to be in my next video. I got to make a whole video about it. I just want to cover this one thing first. I will have the other video out probably tomorrow morning. I'm trying to spread them out a little bit here. But that one's ridiculous. But let's get into talking about this company that this guy worked for. You know, because we don't know much about him except that he's been deported 16 times and was told to get out 2 weeks ago. Let's talk about his company. He worked for a company called Monique Trucking, Monique. I don't need to spell it. I got it up here on the screen for you. Monique Trucking out of Indio, California. I don't even know where Indio is. I'd look it up, but I don't care too much. It says that they have 2 power units and 2 drivers. Pretty much just like I said they were going to have. It doesn't say when they got their authority. The actual legal name is Monique Agrawman. I guess he's DBA Monique Trucking, or she. I don't even know. Yeah, I don't know if it's a he or she. Monique Agrawman. So let's actually look at their history here. Out of the last 24 months, their 2 trucks have had 5 inspections. Now, last 24 months, my 1 truck, even though I'm, you know, with Landstar, part of a bigger entity, my 1 truck has had 2 inspections, and I passed them both. So, vehicle inspections. Number of vehicle inspections was 3. Out of service, 2. Out of service percentage, 66.7%. Yeah, the national average as of the 31st of May for out of service vehicle inspections in the United States across all carriers is 22.26%. So they were actually 44.5, 44%, 45% higher than the other companies. Driver inspections, 5. Out of service inspections, 5. National average as of 5/31/2024, 6.667. They were 93.33% higher than the national average for driver inspections. I mean, how much worse do you have to be, and you're still in business? Did this not come up to the FMCSA? Probably not, because, well, I'll wait for my next video for me to talk a little bit more about the FMCSA. But there you have it. I don't know why they have a hazmat score. That's weird, because they don't have any hazmat inspections. They don't have any out-of-service hazmat inspections, and they're not authorized to haul hazmat. So I don't know why that shows up on there like that. But this is just absolutely ridiculous. Down here it says crashes. They actually don't have 0 fatal, 0 injury, 0 tow. Oh, guess what? That all just went up substantially. I'm sure it's just 1 tow accident, even though 6 vehicles had to be towed. I believe there was only 1 other person injured, so they'd have 1 injury, but it'll just show up as 1 fatal accident for that one company. And it's okay, because they're going to cancel their insurance. They're going to go out of business, if they even had insurance. Just totally ridiculous. Yeah. And in my next vehicle, in my next video, you're going to see basically the FMCSA is telling people to lie. Not lie. They're telling them to break the laws. They're telling them that they don't have to follow this law. They're giving every excuse in there, and they did it by a memorandum. Because if they actually did it to put it into effect, there would be all kinds of heat. But all they have to do is send out a memorandum and say, don't do this. I bet the FMCSA is going to look at them now, because there's all kinds of YouTube videos out there, all kinds of news is reporting this 16 times. 16 times, and was told to get out again 2 weeks ago. But now guess what? One of our American citizens is dead. Our trucking industry looks horrible. Man, it just, yeah, it's heartbreaking for the family of the man killed. I'm actually going to look into it a little bit and, you know, look into who he was. So maybe instead of talking about this non-American that was told to get out of our country, maybe instead of worrying about him, we'll talk about the victim. But we are going to talk about what the FMCSA did, because as far as I'm concerned, they going forward are to blame for accidents of this sort. That's right, FMCSA, you're to blame. Not as much as the other guy, but you allowed it to happen. Anyway, guys, like, subscribe, you can reach out to me, leave comments. I do read them all. In fact, I'm going to respond to the 100+ comments from the last video about this tonight. Like, comment. You can also email me at finchresources@gmail.com. You can also get a hold of me on Facebook and Instagram. I don't do much with Instagram, but on Facebook I do a lot. So, yeah, under the Trucking Resources name. So, thanks guys for watching, and I'll catch you on the next one.